Hello. Hi everybody. It's Michelle Orwig on Michelle's Magical Mondays. And I'm coming to you here from College Park, which is a part of Orlando that has beautiful views and great living. So a little bit different location here today. And I have a guest here with me, and I'd like to have you introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Marlise Dingman.
And she is a music producer, and she does a lot of really cool stuff. So we're going to be talking to her in a few minutes, but I wanted to let you know we're going to be focusing on two topics today, and I really feel that she's an expert on one of the topics that I wanted to bring to the table. And the first thing that I want to say is thank you guys all for last week. I had more shares than I've ever had. I've had more views than I've ever had. And I had the best birthday, I think, than I've ever had. I wanted to thank a few people because I got an absolutely gorgeous present in the mail from somebody today, which was a handmade dream catcher. So thank you so much for the dream catcher. I also received from my students a surprise-ish party on Tuesday night for my birthday, and they provided me with a full set of chakra wind chimes. So I cannot tell you the outpouring of wonderful gifts that I had, this necklace, and so I mean I cannot tell you so much from my heart the thank yous for this last week, how meaningful you guys are all becoming to me, and how this ability to connect with you guys no matter where you are, the fact that I've got friends in Sedona watching tonight, and friends in Texas watching tonight, and friends in South Africa that are going to be watching tonight because of our South African special guest here tonight. And so thank you, one, for last week. You guys made Michelle's Magical Monday birthday the most special thing I could have ever asked for. So that's my first thank you. And my first piece of business is always in the thank you for sharing this video each week. I choose someone to receive a free half-hour phone or Skype or FaceTime session with me. And so this week's person who shared the video this week was Justin White from Texas. So Justin, get a hold of me on a private message, and we'll be getting you your session sometime this week. So you got 30 minutes with me, which is super exciting. And if you want to be included in the drawing for next week, just share this video, or if you'd like to be included, another way to get into the contest two ways is also to go to my Facebook page, my business page, and actually like and follow my business page. That'll make sure you're updated with my classes and my events and the things that I'm doing. So we're still working out some glitches on the new website. By this week, we'll have a broader set of scheduling times and things available for you to schedule appointments with me. That's still getting all those things worked out, but I have a brand new website if you want to see what classes I'm teaching in the near future, or you want to book a session with me. So those are things that are in the works, as well as something really special is happening. This week, I'm finally putting out Everyday Meditations, the CD. So you'll be noticing sometime this week, you'll be getting notice that CD of short mindful meditations with background sounds from the beautiful chorus will be coming out this week, which is why we came into today's topic. I wanted to talk about two things. This month I have dedicated Mindfulness May. So the idea is that I'm going to be putting out little messages each day, not just on, sometimes there'll be a short little video and sometimes there'll be a meme on Facebook, but there will be some suggestion for how to come into a mindfulness practice. So We're talking about Mindfulness May. Do you think I need to sit up? There we go. I think I'm right in the middle of where all the comments are. So what I'm wanting you guys to do is, here, there we go. That's better. What I want you guys to do is, if you're interested in just trying to create a meditation practice or a mindfulness practice, check in to my website, or not my website, but my Facebook every single week for the Monday to Monday challenge. If you can try and meditate from a Monday to a Monday anytime in May, and then you send me a private message that says, I managed to get 7 days of meditation in, I will also put you into the second contest, which each week I will be doing a contest for a guided meditation for someone who has managed to go Monday to Monday doing their mindfulness meditation each day. So in the meantime, I wanted to introduce you guys to my dear friend, and she has brought music and magic into my life. It's been about a year, maybe a little longer than a year, that she contacted me for another theta healer, Clint. Oh my God, Clint. Hi out there, Clint, because we really want to say how much his music heals. And that's a little bit of what this topic is. Music can be so healing. Meditation can be so healing. Mindfulness can be so healing. So one of the things that we're going to talk about here is how his music inspired you to bring us to the table. So we have a CD here somewhere, don't we?
We do. I met Clint, it's a little over 2 years ago in South Africa. Clint was born and raised in Zimbabwe. I was born and raised in South Africa, and I've been in the United States 21 years now. And my passion for music, I grew up in a home where music was a priority, and Mom was a music teacher. Dad plays every instrument there is. So my passion for music has been driven over the years. And a few years back, I realized that there are so many significant and incredible South African artists that does not get to be appreciated because there's just no outlet for them in the world. And I created a record label and a management company, and I said, my job is, and what I want to do is, I want to let the world see more about South African artists, how passionate they are about the industry and the talent that we have in South Africa, but also teach the world about our culture. So one night I was with a friend, Nia Nell, and she's also a theta healer, and she introduced me to Clint, and Clint and I planned a trip very shortly after that to the United States, and that led me to, I said, well, we gotta connect with the theta healers in Orlando. And
so he did a private concert, his first night in America, in my backyard for about 25 of us around a bonfire. And it was so magical, and it was amazingly healing. His passion is to heal through music.
Every one of Clint's songs has really a deeper meaning of where it comes from, why he wrote it. One of your and I's favorite songs is Bring It On.
Bring It On is my very favorite. My second favorite, though, is the Fairy Tales.
Because you and I both believe in fairy tales.
Yes, I do. But Bring It On. You're back to Bring It On.
Bring It On. And Clint's mom passed away at a very early age in Clint's life, but he remembered. He said, she always said to me, bring it on. If there's nothing you can do about it, give it up. And then you got to let it go.
So how is that for a lesson for Mindfulness Mondays and Magical Mondays? Literally, what were we talking about in the last couple? Bring it on. We've been talking about bring it to the table, bring it on, get it out there. And so this song, Bring It On, is exceptionally inspiring, because if you can't do something, if you can't really bring it, let it go. If you cannot make it work for you, don't hold on to it. Don't get into the crazy drama of it. just release it and let it go. So it was an incredibly inspiring song, and I have listened to his CDs over and over. I love them when you're driving. But I think that's the point, is that music, sometimes even sad music, helps you release, helps you let go. So listening to music that brings you release can help you. But also, I really want to talk about something that happened about 4 or 5 years ago. I stopped listening to music that didn't have meaning to me, because it would just bring me into a vibration that was the opposite of healing. It would bring me down instead of bring me up. I started listening to artists like Diva Pramal and her chants, and listening to artists like Clint. And one of my very favorite CDs that's in my car literally almost all the time is Love is at the Core by Chakra Khan. I think that's how she pronounces it. If you're interested in her music, her name is Alexandra Love, and she's here in Orlando, and her music is dance music for spiritual people, which is so cool. She's also one of the artists in another group that leads beautiful meditations called the Beautiful Chorus, and they have the background music in my meditation CD. So if you're interested in getting some guided meditations with background music, I'll have that out this week. But music has the power on a vibrational level to soothe the soul, like actual sound music, whether you're using a crystal bowl or a chime, or whether you're using a drum. So those of you who are skilled enough to play an instrument, did you put that musical instrument down? Does the piano have dust on it? Is there a box with a guitar in it, or is it just hanging in the wall? I'm going to challenge you to either make or play some music this week. Bring out the inner music inside your soul. Do you need to, if you're happy, do you need to bring happier music up? Do you have something sad or angry? Bring some music that's going to let that go. Music literally soothes the soul, wouldn't you say?
It does. It does.
So it's one of the reasons I wanted to bring you on, is because you're the promoter of such incredible music. And a little bit earlier, I had her pull the card of the week, and it says, "My happiness can be measured by my level of the faith in love." And this is your story, really. I thought that was really, this is our card for everybody. My happiness can be measured by the level of my faith in love. A couple of years ago, you maybe weren't in the best of places.
No.
And literally music and theta healing and having faith has changed your world around. Is that right?
It did. It did. It brought me, I went through what many out there go through, a divorce, and experienced tremendous rejection, loss, until I met Neonel, Clint, and I realized...
All theta healers, by the way.
All theta healers. And which brought me to a totally different realization of that there is more in life. There is so much more in life. And then Michelle came.
And she's now getting ready to take the basic theta healing course. And so I also want to throw the book of the week out there, so I don't forget, and it's You Can Heal Your Life. And I chose this book inspired by her. It's not her book, it's Louise Hay, but I think this is interesting from beginning of Mindfulness May. Just about every person that's come into the metaphysical world has this sitting on their bookshelf. But I asked a lot of people in the last couple of weeks, so have you read it? Have you actually done the exercises in it? Or you just skip to the back and look at, oh, my knee or my sinus problems? Because there's a really great index at the back that says, oh, for example, sinus problems, irritation to another person. Yeah. Okay, so that's neither here nor there. But the book itself has amazing healing properties to it. And one of my favorite chapters is the very first chapter, where it's puts her into the process where she has you look at the idea that if you do forgiveness, I forgive you for not being who I needed you to be, and actually practice that in a mirror directly on yourself. So that's, you guys, a lot of you have heard me in my mirror work. That's where it comes from. So this book was probably the first book out there that all of what we're doing here, the mindfulness, the releasing of one's blocks, that was the book that the Hay House publishing company is founded off of, is Louise Hay. So to me, it's the most inspiring book. So I want to challenge you to get into a mindfulness practice. And a lot of people think that that's hard, and they think that meditation is silencing your mind completely. And what I want to challenge you to do, and yes, there's a lot of challenge in my voice today, because I want to spark you into action. Today is May 1st, Beltane in some circles, or May Day in other circles. And it's an action time astrologically. We are ready to move forward. Even though Mercury's a little bit in retrograde, it's coming out of retrograde this week. Woohoo! And so I'm asking you, what plans do you want to put in place? What do you want to create in your life, and how do you want to heal your life? And to do that, it takes one step forward. It takes doing something. If you're inspired by music, play music. If you haven't done anything, yes, I love you, Cindy. I am directly talking to you. When was the last time you got your musical instruments out and just played for the fun? That was one of my thoughts when we were getting ready for this. So I am putting my money where my mouth is. For those of you who just got on, for anybody who creates a meditation practice from a Monday to a Monday and manages to either play music or listen to music and do some form of meditation every single day for the next 7 days, can send me a private message and get into a drawing for a free session.
And we'll send some free Clint CDs.
And we'll give them a Clint CD as well, which, hey, that's putting some music where the mouth is.
Exactly.
So, okay, I like it. I like it a lot. So, what I want to ask you to do is be inspired. It's been a struggle. There's a lot of us who've been struggling. I've heard a lot of people that are in reevaluation mode. I had someone today send me a message that says, what's going on astrologically? And so it's been a struggle, but I'm here to tell you that you're at the end of the struggle. We are coming into one of the best months astrologically. From May 3rd all the way into the middle of June, we're seeing some really amazing energy. In fact, one of the astrologers that I talked to said that June 3rd is like the peak day of 2017. So what are you going to put in place? What are you going to get involved in? What are you going to create in your life? And that takes mindfulness as well. That takes action. What are you going to put into action? Mm-hmm. And we think about what we want to do, and that's really good. I want to have you create those things in your mind, in meditation, in manifestation. But I'm going to actually challenge you to get out and make a step. If you have that piece of paper for something you need to do, get that piece of paper out and do one step toward making that happen. What is it that do you want to put out a book, a CD? Do you want to create a new job? Do you want to look for a new house, a new apartment? For those of you who talk to me about their dating lives, for those people, fill out a new form. Really go in and put new pictures up on your internet dating profile, or create a new bio for your profile. Join a paid site. One of the things that one of my friends did was she joined a meetup group. Get out of the house, go start doing something. Be mindful that things don't just happen when you're sitting on the couch. I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm saying often we actually have to put effort into it. So today I am asking you to be in that energy of I can instead of I won't, I can't, it's not possible. Our words are so powerful. So we talked about the I am. I'm adding the I can this week. So I'm worried about should be taken out of your mouth. We just need to erase it from our mouths. I'm worried isn't going to help you with anything. If you're worried about something and there's an action you can put toward it, do some action to change it. If you're worried about it and there's no action, it's somebody else's life or it's something out of your control, then I want you to meditate on it and imagine it turning out the way you want it to turn out. So that's called active meditation. Mindfulness is recognizing the wording. Alexandra, earlier today, I kept saying the word weird, that all these things are happening in my life, really, really amazing things, and I feel like that's weird. And she says, why don't you say I use spectacular as a word as well. And she says, why don't you use spectacular instead of weird? And I'm like, well, weird is of the supernatural, not bad. And she goes, I know, but spectacular gives it, she's like, spectacular gives it an energy. So think about how you're stating to people your worth, your intentions. Don't limit yourself because you're afraid. This was the big takeaway lesson from that conversation, is I was limiting myself to the people I was talking to because I didn't want them to feel bad that they weren't moving as fast as I was. So I'm not afraid to move forward. And instead, I want to inspire all of you to think about what do you have to do to make the next step to move forward. So let's move forward in May. Let's make things happen in May. Let's look at what the next step is in May, and let's make some music in May.
If the only thing you do in May is sit down one night and write down your positive elements in your life. What's positive about your personality? What's positive about you? Just take a minute and say, I am actually pretty cool.
I am awesome. I am spectacular.
And because I am, I can.
I can. Exactly. So let's make some music. Let's be mindful of what we say, what comes out of our mouth and our words, and let me just tell you how much I love you. If you have no other person in the world saying, I love you, just remember, I love you. Do you love them?
I love you, and I love you.
I love you. and I really want you to say to yourselves, I love you in the mirror every single morning. So get up. If nobody else can say it, you need to be able to say it to yourself. So that's part of the book, You Can Heal Your Life. If your action this month needs to be, I love you as your meditation practice, if you cannot stare at yourself in the mirror and say, I love you, you're pretty spectacular, then that's what I want you to work on. So I want to, again, thank you guys. Justin is our winner for this week. Share this video or send me a private message that says you've meditated this week for 7 days or made some music for 7 days, and I will join you. I love you too, Brenda. I will join you again right here at 7 o'clock next Monday for next week. Really cool. If anybody is interested, I am going to do a chakra healing on this whole topic of music is healing. I'm doing a chakra singing bowl meditation at Avalon. If you happen to be in Orlando, Florida, it's going to be May 10th at Avalon at 7 o'clock.
And if you're not, come.
If you are in Orlando, we'll get will get you in for this mindfulness meditation May 10th. And if you're not in Orlando, or if you're interested, theoretically there'll be a recording very soon. I can't wait to join all of you in your living rooms again next Monday. And in the meantime, I love you.
Thank you, Michelle, for having me here today.
Actually, you're having me here today.
I'm having you here. I forget.
But thank you for this beautiful view and such a great time.
It's my pleasure. And Clint's CD is available online on iTunes. If you're interested, I will post the links in the comments afterwards. And if anybody wants a personal CD, I'd be happy to throw one in the mail for you. And go experience Clint.
So have an amazing week. We love you.